Found an old journal under my bed, the kind with a broken spine and ink that bled through every page like it had somewhere to be. I sat down on the floor and started reading. She wrote about waiting for you to call, about rereading text and reading nothing at all, about shrinking herself to fit inside your day, about all the things she nearly said but didn't say. I recognized the handwriting, recognized the date, but the girl who wrote those pages, I had to stop and think, if I would know her now, if we passed each other somewhere, I wonder if she'd know that this is where she ends up. She was so convinced that love might make an ear so small, or so convinced that needing things was somehow asking too much. I wanted to reach back through the pages and sit with her a while and tell her what I know now that she didn't know then. I found the girl I used to be, and she was doing her best with everything she had, which wasn't very much back then. I found the girl I used to be, and I didn't feel angry. I just felt something quiet, something close to grateful, that she held on long enough to get here. That she held on long enough to become me. She wrote about a night in early March. You didn't come home when you said you would, and she sat by the window watching headlights pass, convincing herself there was a reason. She wrote that she was fine 3 times in one paragraph. The way you write something you're trying to make true, the way you say it to yourself until it sounds like something you actually believe. I remember that night, I remember that window, I remember being that certain that loving you was worth whatever it was costing me. I didn't know the full price yet, I was still paying it. She deserved so much better than the version of love she settled for, than the version of herself she thought was all she had to offer. I wish I could go back, not to change anything, just to tell her it ends well. It actually ends well. I found the girl I used to be, and she was doing her best with everything she had, which wasn't very much back then. I found the girl I used to be, and I didn't feel angry. I just felt something quiet, something close to grateful, that she held on long enough to get here. That she held on long enough to become me. I closed the journal gently, put it back where I found it, not because I want to keep it, just because throwing it away feels like erasing someone who worked very hard to get me here. She wasn't weak, she was just early in the story, early in the knowing, early in the long, slow work of learning what she needed and believing she deserved it. And I think about her sometimes, the way you think about someone you used to know, with warmth, with distance, with the specific kind of love you only have for the people who made you. I found the girl I used to be, and she was braver than I gave her credit for. She stayed when staying was the wrong thing, but she also left when leaving mattered most. I found the girl I used to be, and I want her to know that everything she went through was worth it in the end, not because of him, not in spite of him, just because of where it brought her, just because of who she is now, just because of this. I put the journal back under the bed where she left it, and I said thank you out loud to nobody, to her, to me, to all the versions that got us here.